Thank you very much for tuning in. This is the video for the week ahead from November 24th to November 30th. This is the end of the month to remember. November, I called it as the month to remember. Right? It's the month of retrograde. It's the month to reflect, to reevaluate, and to redirect. Right? So throughout the month, I hope that you held some moments, you had some moments of revelation, you had some moments of realization, or something like that through this big retrograde month, and with the Scorpio season, right? Scorpio season ruled by Pluto is all about digging into the depths and revealing something that's been hidden and that's been kind of out of our awareness and now coming up to the surface so we can see clearer and through the mud, right? Through that mud that's usually covering up our diamond, our spirit, our soul. Through the digging and clearing, we can dust off those covers and the muds and return back, remember our divine essence, and maybe some clarity can be shown. And this is the week, kind of the first full week of Sun in Sagittarius. So out of the depths of the Scorpio underworld, we rise. And Sagittarius is all about aiming wider horizon, higher height, and it's the aspiration, inspiration, ascension, and any kind of energy of that fire, the uprising energy, right? The Scorpio water descends, the Sagittarius fire ascends. So I hope you are ready to explore this new field, new horizon. And then also we are moving out of the past kind of 2 years of snake year. Even I know this 2025 is the year of the snake, and the 2024 was the year of the dragon. But the dragon is a water deity in Eastern mythology. Snake, in some traditions, we consider dragon as the higher archetype of the snake. So we are finally coming out of the last few years of the snake shedding skin and transformation and metamorphosis and digging into our depth to find our truth. And now with the truth we rise. We are moving into the year of the horse next year, and Sagittarius archetype holds the symbol of a centaur. So this Sagittarius season holds the essence of what we are moving into in 2026, I believe. I feel like we are here to find our new vision through this Sagittarius season. And what's coming up this week? Monday on the 24th, Mercury still in retrograde in conjunction with Venus. Mercury-Venus conjunction is like new awareness, new vision, new way of communicating. Expression also is here with us. And on Wednesday, Venus first trine Jupiter at 24 degrees of Cancer, and then Venus trines Saturn at 25 degrees of Pisces. And Saturn is not moving right now because Saturn goes direct on Thursday the 27th around 10:44 p.m. in the Eastern time zone. So whatever aspect that Saturn is making, Saturn has been speaking with Jupiter for a while. And Saturn and Jupiter both spoke with the Sun, with the Mars, with Mercury, now with Venus. And then again, once again with Mercury, but this is like all the aspects of us speaking with Saturn. Saturn in Pisces, this is the moment, final moment of in a way, reset point of the past 30 years. In 1996, Saturn ingressed into Aries last time. So early 90s, that was around the time that Saturn was last in Pisces. And now, coming back around after 30 years, Saturn is dissolving our foundation, our belief system, our connection to our psyche in Pisces, and inviting us to really let the old foundation crumble so that we can emerge anew as the Saturn ingresses into Aries in early 2026. And this Venus coming in, aligning with Venus, with Saturn is, yes, we gotta let go of old value. We gotta let go of old attachment. What am I valuing so much that is giving me resistance? Is that value really true to me? Or is this value that I am putting on a pedestal? Is it something I was told to value from the society? Saturn represents societal norms and rules and societal value, culture, the conditioned ideas, right? And this Venus and Saturn final alignment as Saturn is in Pisces. Those next few months, this is a final evaluation moment of the truth, the spiritual truth, Saturn in Pisces, and create a solid foundation and stability within. Choose not to seek for the stability outside of us, right? The thing, the people, the money, whatever outside that we think if we get that, I'll be more stable and I'll be happier. That's all an illusion. We have to come back to the solid foundation within. Stability can only be found within, because in truth, the cosmic source lies within, and that is our foundation. And if we base our life upon that foundation, we know there is nothing missing. We are good enough and we are perfect as we are, and that's my solid truth. And I'm gonna start building my life with that, so that I feel more stable. We feel more grounded when we stand upon a spiritual truth. Yes. After that, on 27th, Saturn goes direct. Whenever planets stop, their energy expands. With Saturn, density, right? Saturn is dense. Saturn can restrict. Saturn can create this energy of limitation. But Saturn also is a planet that crystallize things, that materialize, right? Manifest into matter. Saturn is the planet of karma, but Saturn is the wisdom, it is the discipline, it is the planet that is the archetype of mastery. So we want to really tune in to tap into the archetype of a Saturn and be Saturn, be that master of self, be that master, right? Mercury and Venus all are aligned, right? Because Venus still, Mercury is closely entwined with Saturn through the whole week also. And then when Mercury and Saturn both go direct, they're slowing down together and they are aligning with one another. Saturn 25 degrees, Mercury will be at 20 degrees as it goes to direct. So they are talking to each other. This is an energy that really holds potential to shift our mind, the computer program, the database, the programmed idea, programmed memories and emotions, and all the things that we have experienced up to this point to define who we are. This is the moment that we gotta crack something open and blow our mind and blow this computer program, and so we can set our mind free. When we set our mind free, we set ourselves free. Free, free, free. Liberation, revolution, evolution. That kind of energy is really strong. This is a powerful, condensed energy, and we do not want to use this energy to get more rigid, to get more stuck. Choose to get stuck in devotion to self, devotion to the God that is you, right? Like hold commitment to that kind of change. With that will, we can change anything because we are God. There is nothing we cannot do. Know that, please, and then commit. We want to focus on lightening up everything, because that spirit belongs to that realm where everything is light. It's crystal. There is no density, right? There is no gravity in the spirit realm. We are as expansive as the whole entire eternity. That's how big our spirit is. So when we feel small, when we feel limited, we don't feel good because we are far away from that truth that we are God. So we don't feel good. So when we feel limited, we're trapped in the density of this 3D reality. So we want to crack it open. Remember, we belong to that unseeable realm of reality as well. And keep one foot in that, as well as we have to operate on this realm too. But the more that we keep this balance going, life here on earth gets easier to navigate. Yes. And Thursday, Saturn goes direct. On Friday, Mercury goes direct. Mercury goes direct around 12:38 p.m. Eastern time zone. And I explained this already, but it's the mind thing. And Mercury is the archetype of the magician. It is the alchemist. Again, be mindful of the word and intention that you hold around this time. Will is the source of all magic. Without will, we cannot make no magic happen. So keep that intention crystal clear. And then on that day, Venus, I just had that. I pulled out the Morgan deck. I haven't used this deck for a while. But the Venus is ruled by the Empress, elegance and stability that we want to tap in. But that day Venus is in conjunction with Black Moon Lilith, so it can be that Kali energy, the destroyer, the powerful goddess destroyer energy, and that is beautiful also, right? Like not fucking around with this bullshit kind of energy, you know. I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language, but that is also the power of Venus in Scorpio, right? And then on Saturday, Venus opposes Uranus at 29 degrees Taurus, and Venus at 29 degrees of Scorpio trines Neptune. New value, new connection, new way of being. And then Venus trine Neptune is very mystic and spiritual and dreamy, very dreamy. It's another day that we want to tune in, tap into visualization practice, spirituality, creativity, art, sing, dance, be free kind of energy. And then at the end of the week, Venus ingresses into Sagittarius, and fire essence expands. Now there is water fire archetype going on right now. This is the time that we want to align receptivity with the action, with the will of action. Even though you hold the will of action, we continue to hold receptivity and faith and trust. And this week, King of Wands, good, be that master of your own inner fire. The wand is the Yeah, it's the essence of fire. Kings are the masters, and this card reminds us to be the master of fire. Fire is passion, fire is will, fire is devotion, fire, right? Fire moves us. Fire makes us bold and courageous and step into our power and take action and create. It's the force of creation. And lower archetype of fire can be anger and frustration and maybe a little bit of too much seriousness. Page of sword showed up. The page of sword reminds us choose not to take anything too serious, because kings are the masters, but they can manifest as a very solid, steady Saturnian archetype energy, right? And then Saturn is strong this week, so we need to keep the balance going on. And Saturn is in Pisces, and it's easier for us to find that flow of receptivity and flexibility and malleability a little bit, so we can remold and reshape easier. But this is a powerful card of manifestation, and keep aiming big. Know you are big. And then that sword, ace of sword. Again, this is the week. Our focus is to change our mind. Aces are the cards of initiation, new beginnings. It is the starting point of a new phase, new chapter, new journey. And in sword, with the sword, it's the wind. It's the wind. We want to be the avatar of the wind. We want to be the user of the wind. Wind is the mind, right? Sword energy represents our mind. So be the master. Stay focused. You just stay with your breath, stay with your awareness, stay with your presence again and again and again and again. When the mind drifts off into all the worries and overwhelm and all the what if and what am I gonna do, what's gonna happen, all that space, you're gonna return back to finding yourself as the master. No, as a master, I choose not to worry. I hold on to this magic wand, and with this wand, I know my power. I can create anything. And then I choose to hold on to a sword also, and then pew, pew, cut the illusion that takes me away from my truth. And with the page of sword, I keep lightness going, playfulness going. It's the energy of spirit, right? I choose to remember I'm the immortal, eternal spirit here, passing through life to enjoy and play here on earth. I return back to earth because I love this planet. This planet is beautiful, and may we remember that. Back of the deck, 8 of Wands, sword. Choose not to get trapped here. Every time you get to that space where you feel like you're blindfolded and you feel stuck, choose to shift it. Walk away from the sword, because that sword is not blocking your path. Your mind can never block you from going, from moving, from initiating something, from taking you out of that mental stuckness. It's only the mind, illusions, the stories and storylines that your mind tells you makes you feel like you are stuck and you cannot go anywhere, but it's all in the head, it's all in the mind. The truth is, you can move, you can dance, you can sing, you can play, and go out of that space in the mind and create, initiate, and have fun. Yes, thank you so much for listening. May we enjoy and skip through this week somehow. Yes, thank you very much. Peace.